Proton Model. Present-day physics may support a second interpretation of the makeup of a proton and neutron. My model of a proton is two positrons in an orbital with an electron in the center. Charge is +1, which exactly fits an electron at -1. My model of a neutron is a proton plus an electron, charge 0. First, some known facts. Next, a look at my model of the proton. And finally, a quick summary. Facts. Proton is the only stable baryon, more stable than a neutron. 3 of something is inside a baryon, though these particles have different charges. 2 quarks, always a quark and antiquark, are a meson. Mesons are a transitional state that quickly annihilates and eventually decays into electron and energy from a photon and neutrino. The mass of quarks in a proton or neutron is about 1% of its total mass. There is a strong force between particles inside the proton and neutron. This strong force increases as it resists being pulled apart. This force exists for about the distance of a diameter of a proton. Strong force is 100 times greater than the electromagnetic force. 2 positrons, like 2 electrons, can form a chemical bond. Parentheses P, S, H, close parentheses, 2. 2 positrons, like 2 electrons in an orbital, will have opposite spin that cancels out their magnetic force. My model, see drawing. Electron is a E minus, positron or anti-electron is a E plus. Like 2 electrons in an orbital, 2 positrons can exist in an orbital in the proton. The 2 positrons have opposite spin, which cancels out their magnetic field. The 2 positrons and electron in the proton give the overall charge of +1. This exactly matches the charge of an electron. That's why the tiny electron and the massive proton have the exact same charge. Like baryons with 3 quarks with opposite charge are stable. So my model with 3 particles with opposite charge is stable. Like a meson containing a quark and antiquark is short-lived and annihilates, so does a single positron and single electron. Like quarks are 1% of the mass of a proton, my model with 2 positrons and 1 electron is a small part of the mass of the proton. The strong force increases as the proton is stretched apart up to the distance of the diameter of a proton. Then it stops. My model suggests this strong increase in resistance in the proton is caused by stretching the 2 positron orbital, which snaps back up to the diameter of a proton. The resistance increases as it is stretched. Strong force is 100 times greater than the electromagnetic force. My model of a proton suggests that it would take all that greater force and more to break apart a proton. Summary. My model, if correct, replaces quarks and gluons with a simpler set of basic particles, electrons and positrons. My model gives a different look at why there is such a strong force inside the proton and replaces that strong force with the electromagnetic force. My model would show that the missing antimatter is in the protons and neutrons. The reason there are not many positrons now is that during the Big Bang era, they were part of the formation of protons, particles that are practically immortal. The antimatter is missing in clear sight in the nucleus of every atom. My model with my other posts also suggests a much shorter list of elementary particles. Photons create electron-positron pairs that make up protons and neutrons that make up atoms.